last time.
Oh no, that's this.
Oh, that was this one.
That's this. Down the block on the outside.
Hello everybody, we are back at the farm again working on the big blue turd. As you can see, I've gone and purchased an engine crane, so we're going to pull that engine out and take it home so we can rebuild it. Alright, so I don't know how many of you watched the last video I did on this, but a quick recap. We got to put the diff in it, put the auto in it, and I stupidly ran it without any fluid because I thought there was fluid in it, but there wasn't. So I've gone and spent some money and got this fully rebuilt BTR here. As you can see, it's got high spring rates in it, it's got a full high flow valve body in it, it's been fully gone through, all new clutches and stuff. So I'll just quickly put in some pictures of that getting rebuilt at the shop, and then we will start working on this thing. Right, so as you saw, the BTR was professionally rebuilt. So the first thing we're going to do is get the jack the front of it up, jack the back of it up, and start pulling the auto out, which is just going to be absolutely amazing. Then we can drain all the fluid, pull the radiator out, pull the battery out, and just start disconnecting stuff and yank it out. Now that the big falcon's up on jack stands, we can start to pull that big dirty auto out and undo the tail shaft that we literally just put back in. Yeah, this is going to be a fantastic job. I absolutely hate pulling out automatic gearboxes. After about an hour and actually surprisingly easy battle, the auto is out and sitting on the ground, and I don't know if you've noticed, but there is not a drop of transmission fluid on this floor, and yes, that transmission is full of fluid, so go me. After that's dragged out, we will start, I'll put it back on the ground and then drain the radiator, pull the radiator out, start pulling shit out, and just disconnect everything and get this bonnet off, and then just rip it out. Alrighty, as you can see, the big 4 litre is out of the Falcon. Was pretty easy, came out really easy. I didn't actually leave anything hooked up. The only thing I had to cut were the heat hoses down there, but I'll just get more of them anyway. Actually came out really easy. Didn't put up much of a fight, as you can see. It is very grubby all in here, so I'll get all my tools out and whatever's laying around out. Spray it in degreaser, give it a gurney. Also take that outside or move it over here somewhere, give that a clean, then we can put it in the trailer, wherever that is. And then I want to pull some more stuff off. I pull these cables off, pull this out, pull all those vacuum lines and AC lines out, tidy it up a little bit, and then we can just go riding. Alright, it is now a couple hours later, and as you can see, I have given the engine bay a good wash with the pressure washer over there. I've also given the engine a quick clean, so it's a bit cleaner for when I take it home. I don't have to make a mess on the driveway at home. We'll give it another coat of degreaser though, just before I put it away. And the engine bay is looking much better after a clean. There's a lot less shit everywhere, and I have also got rid of a lot of the breather lines and aircon lines on that side. So I'll quickly show you. This is all the shit I pulled out of it. So that's obviously the insulation. These are all the aircon lines that are in the front. These are all the vacuum lines that go into the dash. That's the big aircon line. A lot of fuel tank breather stuff there, which I also got rid of. Just declutter it a little bit because I'm not going to need it ever again. So yeah, I'll give this another coat of degreaser and I'll pressure wash it. Alright, I have been looking at this engine bay after I pressure washed it, and I've come to the conclusion it's going to need to be resprayed. Well, it doesn't have to be, but I want to respray it. Nothing as serious as that, not welding holes up and stuff, just a quick scuff and shoot really. Because you can see there's a spot of rust there, all along here. This is all primer along here from when I crashed it. There. Down in there it's all rusty, and along the frame it's rusty, and I don't like rust, and it's an old car, so it's only going to keep getting rustier, seeing as I'm going to be driving it like as a rally car and getting it all muddy and wet. So I don't really want it to keep rusting, so we need to get the wires out, so pull all of these out. But to get that out we need to take the quarters off, the front bar off, pretty much everything out to get those wires out. So we're just going to keep stripping this front end till it's basically nothing and looks like that, but with just suspension in it. Alrighty, now that the big 4 litre is loaded up into the trailer over there, and I've all packed up and the car's clean, there's really nothing else to do to this for this weekend. Just hopefully the weather's going to clear up and I can actually go ride my bike. Yeah, everything's nice and clean. I cleaned all up here, as you can see. It's much nicer, no leaves or anything, no spiders. Subframe's nice and clean down in there. This is all clean. This will be all getting resprayed a different colour blue. It's a BA Ford blue, just to match the rest of the paint job I'm going to do with it, which I will show in another video, but not this video, so you're just going to have to wait for that. And yeah, alright, I think we've shown enough of this big blue turd for this weekend. Yeah, so the paint job I'll show in another video, and if you guys grew up watching Bathurst in the 90s, which I didn't, but some of the older viewers might have, you'll probably get a kick out of what I'm doing with this thing. But anyway, I think it's time to talk about Joseph, because people have been seeing it in the background and probably wondering, what are you doing with it? Well, I'm waiting for nice weather to paint the engine bay, because you can't paint in shitty weather like this. So I'm waiting for a nice weekend to paint the engine bay. Then when I paint the engine bay, I can put the suspension back in, and then I can put it back on the ground and then roll it backwards. Then I can put an engine back in it. And for engine, I don't want to go a 6-cylinder turbo like a 4 litre or a Barra, because, you know, that's going to be a 6-cylinder turbo. The Commodore's going to have a 6-cylinder in it, and the Daily has a 6-cylinder. So I'm kind of sick of 6-cylinder engines, and I want to put a V8 or something in this, like either NA Barra BA 5.4 or a Windsor twin turbo, something like that. But yeah, that's all coming. So I'm just saving up money for this at the moment. So I'm just doing quick little projects like this until I get enough money to fully finish this. Alrighty, so it's another morning. It's actually a couple of days later, but the Falcon is still pulled apart. Nothing's changed. The engine's still over there in the trailer. And I have started pulling the door cards off this morning just to get a bit more weight out of it, because, you know, the only way to make a slow car faster, well, one of the ways to make a slow car faster, is pull some weight out of it. So I pulled the rear door cards off. I'm going to start pulling the front door cards off, move all this shit into the boot, pull the front seats out, pull the center console out, and start pulling this carpet out, just to try and take as much weight out of it as I can. And being a rally car, it's going to get very muddy, and it's going to be a pain in the ass keeping all the carpet clean. So yeah, we're just going to start pulling all this apart. So I can't remember if I've said this before, but if I have, I'll say it again. This is going to be a rally car build. It's not going to be a paddock bomb anymore, just because, you know, paddock bombs are fun and all, but I want something that's a bit more serious and safe. So it's going to get, obviously, rebuilt engine. Eventually it will get turbocharged. And then I want to make a side pipe exhaust to come out the fender here, so I have to drill a hole down in here somewhere to put the exhaust out the side. This engine bay is going to be resprayed a different colour, because I'll need to grind a lot of it back to fix a lot of rust, I think, as I said before. So yeah, it's going to get some knockoff BF Goodrich all-terrain tyres all round. It's going to get a light bar on the roof, just stuff that makes it rally. It's going to get a bucket seat, a proper steering wheel, and eventually I think I'll put at least a half cage in it, just so it's a bit safer. Yeah, so it's not just going to be a paddock bomb, it's going to be a rally car that I can have fun with out here. Also, on the topic of making things a little bit safer, I'm going to get a proper vent for the fuel cell, like a proper tip over one, so if I roll it, fuel doesn't come out of the hole and it still lets air in. I'm going to put the battery there, like mount it solid, and just run cables up from the back. I want to get a surge tank for this, like I set up in the Commodore, because obviously this is going to get fuel sloshed really badly down in the paddock. With there's no baffles or anything in that, it's just a pure open one. Yeah, so mount a little surge tank over here somewhere with an 044 pump, and it should be mint. Alrighty, as you can see, the carpet is out. It actually came out surprisingly easy. I didn't have to cut it anywhere, which is nice, because the carpet is actually still in really good condition. Like, it looks a bit dirty now, but after clean up and a carpet shampoo, it should look brand new and smell really good. And then I can pull the carpet out of this, because this carpet smells of just rat wee and stuff, and it isn't very nice, and it's stained in a couple spots. So then I can pull this carpet out and then put that clean carpet in, because it's the same colour carpet and it's the same car, same sedan. And I can just put that nice carpet in that, and then that will freshen up the inside of this thing. Right, I'm still going to pull a little bit more out of this thing. So I want to try and pull out this, what I think is the air duct for the rear AC. Pull that out, pull whatever this crap is out, pull whatever this rubber shit is out. I'm going to leave the sound deadening in it, just because rocks and stuff will make it really loud when I'm driving it. As you can see, it's had a few big hits on the floor from rocks in its previous life when I used to drive it. So yeah, I'm going to start pulling this apart. Alright, it is much later in the afternoon now. All of the air ducting and insulation have been pulled off the transmission tunnel, and it looks much better. I'm definitely going to leave the center console out, because I really don't need it in there. It's just going to be a rally car, not a car I'm driving on the road. The front door cards are still in. I might pull them off a bit later on tonight. Still need to pull the headliner and these little panels off here, but I'll do that a bit later tonight. Yeah, just for here I'm going to make a little aluminium switch panel just to go there, so that covers up that big gaping hole in the dash. So yeah, the interior is pretty much done for now. Alrighty, it is the next day. The falcon has been pushed up into the carport a little bit more. I put the seats back in it last night, and I also pulled out the front door cards. Still got the roof line and stuff in there, but that can come out later when I actually need it to be pulled out, which it doesn't have to be pulled out now, it can stay in there. Also mounted my catch can in here last night, and also drilled a big hole down in here. And you're probably going to be wondering why you're drilling a hole inside your engine bay. Well, I want to have a side pipe exhaust coming out the fender up here, and yes, I know there are wires here, but I can wrap them in heat wrap, and the exhaust is going to be covered in heat wrap too, so it's going to come out here, then follow this really tight along here, and yes, it will clear the wheel even at full suspension travel and stuff. Then notch this out here so it comes up, and then just follows it straight up and comes out the side of the fender. So that's going to be the plan for the exhaust, because obviously with a car that's getting driven in the paddock with lots of grass, you don't want anything that's hot underneath the car that'll set the grass on fire. And I'm kind of sick of a bonnet exit exhaust, so that's why we're going for side pipe out the fender. Yeah, that's all I really did last night. So next time I come out here, I can paint the engine bay. We'll sand the engine bay and paint it, and then hopefully the trip after next trip, I can bring the engine back out and put it back in and get it running. Alright, that is going to do it for this episode of Carport Customs. If you enjoyed what you're watching, make sure you like, comment and subscribe, share it around to anyone, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.